everybody. Now, this is Pastor Brooks. We're talking about the spirit of blasphemy. The spirit of blasphemy. What is being perpetuated now in the earth, one may have to go to the mystery or to those things that were hidden unto us and now have been revealed unto us through Paul about the promises of God that we now walk in. Then you can get a clear bird's eye view of what's really going on. Now, I wanted us to move to Mark chapter 3, but I want you to continue to see something here in the Revelations dealing with the spirit of blasphemy. The Lord mentions to us that here is wisdom, and let him that read understand and count the number of the beast. For it is the number of a man. Count the number of the beast, for it is a number of a man. The Antichrist is known by a number of a man. This Antichrist is known by a number. Watch this. Watch this. Because we are known. If your name in that book of life, in the Lamb's book of life, you are known. Where you stand after the rapture, you will be known by a number. Watch this. In Revelation chapter number 14, I looked, and lo, a lamb stood on the Mount Zion. Now, that's where, when Jesus was raised and ascended in Acts chapter 1, from the Mount of Olives, and the angels was on his left hand and the right side, and the disciples watched him go up in the air. And then the angel said, "Why stand you here gazing in the air?" He gave you instructions. He gave you commandments to do. Why stand you here gazing in the air? This same Jesus that you see leaving in like manner, he's going to come back the same way you see him leaving. He's going to come back in like manner, right here on the same mountain. Watch this. A lamb stood on Mount Zion, and with him 140,000, having his father's name written in their forehead. And I heard a voice from heaven, as the voice of many waters, and as the voice of a great thunder. And I heard the voice of harpers harping with their harps, and they sung as it were a new song before the throne and before the beast and the elders. And no man could learn that song but the 144,000 which were redeemed from the earth. These are they which were not defiled with women, for they are virgins. These they are which followed the Lamb whithersoever he goeth. And these men came out of the earth. These men right here are living among us right now. They haven't been touched with a woman, defiled with women. These are they which followed the Lamb. That's it. That's it. You don't have to question, oh, did they do that? Oh, they didn't do that. No, that's it. These are they. For they are virgins. They are they which were not defiled with women. See, everybody don't want to sleep around with y'all. Everybody don't want to cheat with y'all. Some people is really waiting on a wife. Y'all need to get a clue and buy a vow on that. Y'all just think we so overtaken by the thing that we ain't got no sense. But the 144,000 were redeemed from the earth. These are they which were not defiled with women. 144,000 men. They weren't defiled with women or men. Don't let your mind wander. These men hadn't been touched. They believed in the Lamb. They're real Jews. These ain't fake Jews. These ain't somebody that think they're a Jew. These are Jews. Watch this. These are they which followed the Lamb whithersoever he goeth. These were redeemed from amongst men, being the first fruit unto God to the Lamb. Now these men getting saved after the rapture by being beheaded, by standing on that sea of glass, reigning with him in the millennium, they get to be a part of the first resurrection. We'll talk about that. The first resurrection is the second resurrection. There are three resurrections. The second resurrection is the second death, and you do not want to be a part of that, and that's the third resurrection. There are three resurrections that you need to teach on, pastors. It's called the resurrection. The first resurrection and the second resurrection. The second resurrection is, the third resurrection is the second resurrection, and the second resurrection is the first resurrection. That's right. Now, now, I have to clear my throat. Watch this. And these were redeemed from amongst men, being the first fruit unto God and to the Lamb. In their mouth was not found guile, for they are without fault before the throne of God. Now these ain't even the born again saints. These some Jews from 14,000 from out of every tribe. 12,000 from out of each tribe make up 144,000. And they kept themselves pure, waiting on the Lord. Because see, they lived the Old Testament Jewish laws, Jewish customs and manners. They lived it. And now they live it. They love the receiving, the waiting on the reception of the Lord Jesus Christ. They're waiting for that. And in their mouth was found no guile, for they are without fault before God, before the throne of God. And I saw another angel fly in the midst of heaven, having the everlasting gospel to preach unto them that dwelt on the earth, and to every nation and kindred and tongue and people, saying, watch this, saying with a loud voice, fear God, and give glory to him, for the hour of his judgment is come, and worship him that made heaven and earth and the seas and the foundations of the waters. And there followed another angel, saying, Babylon is fallen, that great city, because, watch this, she made all nations to drink of the wine of the wrath of her fornication. That's the Roman Catholic Church. And the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast in his image, and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of God, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation. He shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb. And the smoke of the torment ascended up forever and ever. And the smoke of their torment ascended up forever and ever. And they have no rest day nor night who worship the beast in his image. And whosoever receiveth the mark of his name, here is patience of the saints. And here are they that kept the commandments of God and the faith of Jesus Christ. And I heard a voice from heaven saying unto me, write, blessed are the dead which die in the Lord from henceforth. From henceforth, yea, saith the Spirit, that they may rest from their labor, and their works do follow them. Don't be no blasphemer. He that have an ear, let him hear what the Spirit has to say to the church. Today, watch your allegiance and who you have allegiance to. If you're a Japhetic, a Caucasian pastor, and you don't preach a message against the world to stop the abuse and the violence that is unleashed against black men by the police departments, that's your job, Japhet. As a pastor, you got to preach against that and tell your people, tell your brother, tell them to stop doing that, and tell them the wrath of God is falling on their head. Because if you think that the will of God for you, Japhet, is to kill your brother Ham and his lineage, you're totally deceived, and you're working by the spirit of the devil. If anything, get with the program, get with the calling. Forget about what you see, Japhet. Because we have to walk by faith and not by sight. Why you got to look at what you're seeing? But you're going to have to tell your people, Japhet pastors, Japhetic Caucasian pastors. And then you got Hamitic race of people in your congregation. And you got TV, you got the broadcasting, and you won't say anything about the diabolicalness and the deception that Japhet has decided in a group This ain't just randomly happening. This is a group of people that got together and said, we're going to kill them black people. We're going to destroy and kill and thwart the Hamitic race. You better look around. You better take another look at the book. If you believe in Adam and Noah, you better believe in Canaan and Ham and Cush. Because how you think Abram got here? Watch this, y'all. Check, do a research on the nativity of the Hebrews. Do a nativity, Google a nativity of the nativity or the birth or the matrix or the origin or the womb of the birth of the Hebrew people. And watch what you come up with. You say your mama was a Hamite and a Hittite. See, you can't be that white around that many black people in Africa and in Egypt and in Canaan. You are blaspheming the word when you add and take away from it. Ham, Shem, or Japheth. And God is speaking to each boy as a nation. God is judging the world for sin. There's only 3 boys in the world, Ham, Shem, and Japheth, in which every race of people came out of those 3 boys. Get yourself together. Or y'all gonna be looking hell's fire right in the face. The time for judgment.